Boys!
Brother Mingo.
How are we? Are we all well? Is Riley in attendance?
Yeah, just got some devastating news via the text line, but it's okay.
Oh, do you want to tell us?
Oh, no, it's just my volleyball team is disbanding.
You didn't know you had one.
Yeah.
I can't play, hence the disband.
Tonight.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's not tonight. There's just a few of us that aren't in it anymore.
But who?
Wait,
where
when
were
you say
in it?
anymore, that means you have to have actually been in it to
Yeah, we
start
haven't
with.
played a game, but we aspired to.
Where?
How long has this been in the
Oh,
talks?
it's just my uni mates wanted to play. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of keen, but I can't with my jaw.
I'll ask again. When did this start?
3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
They haven't played a game yet.
And
First game's next week.
But
Or
you've already
Maybe tomorrow.
you've already bought the tiny shorts.
yeah.
the long socks.
But they wanted to play beach. But inside beach?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
indoor
fuck
beach.
that.
That's pretty good though, because that way you've got like
You're so slow on your feet. Anyway.
yeah, but it's good when you're diving. You can make dives.
Yeah, but a real
A real
volleyball
volleyballer.
player, yeah, would just dive on the hard court. No wazzers, mate.
Yeah, that's why you wear your
wazzers.
knee pads.
Yeah, facts.
His knee pads. You're pretty used to those knee pads. You need to wear your knee pads all the time, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Especially when the boys get the tarp out around the
No,
Right?
not many other sports have beach version. You know.
Yeah, beach cricket's cool.
Yeah, do you remember beach cricket? They tried to do the whole. We're getting.
It was 1 hand, 1 bounce, wasn't that a
This is
rule?
not what was on the sheet. Boys, we're chatting about Stanley Cup shortly.
Yep.
But before we do, I need to issue, and it's very, very rare that I do this, but an apology is going to come over the MacPack podcast on episode 174 to get things underway.
What happened?
Yeah, well, quite literally, yeah, it is.
Too
It is
late.
quite late to apologise. Over the weekend, I was away, and it got brought to my attention by the one and only Taylor, who
Ooh.
she's come up a few times. There may have even been a story within the last 7 days that has been released that was centred largely around potentially her.
Maybe.
A
Yeah.
figure
Who
that
knows?
would someone who would seem quite
no.
similar to
I'm
her.
starting to think what might have happened.
That was fine. That went through by the by
Oh, cool.
Oh.
because well, we don't know. It might not have been
Who
her.
knows,
It's a
yeah.
mystery.
Oh yeah, no.
But anyone with like half a brain would probably be able to work it out.
She was robbing Anaconda.
But what she brought my attention to, she is a bit of a looser listener to what she used to be.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, so do I, to be honest.
From the beloved.
From the less than she's losing the beloveds.
yeah.
She drew my attention.
Say what you want. She's not gonna listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She told me we were talking about the episode, particularly a story that sounded very similar to some semantics from the week before, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And she goes, "Oh, I actually tuned into the bit about the cockroach, the episode about the cockroach, which turned out to be episode 169, which you discussed.
Yeah. I've told us
Episode
story.
169, Dinner for Two. And then, so what ended up happening in that episode? She goes, "Yeah, I listened to the start of that. And it was really funny. Like, I liked how you left that bit in at the start."
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
And I went, "What do you mean?"
Oh shit. Oh, this could be really bad.
Is this on the audio or on the YouTube?
That's
gotta
on
be.
the audio.
Thank God.
Which
Oh, this
is
could be
still
really
our
bad.
primary location for how people listen to the podcast. And while this is an apology, we'll get to it. So what basically I'm alluding to is that she listened to the episode, and sometimes I mentioned last week one take wonders. Sometimes the intros are just one take wonders. This week, one take wonder. Fantastic. It's what we want. We then often after we do the intro, we just down tools for a bit. We do a bit of high fiving, bit of slapping each other on the bums.
Circle jerk.
Yeah, there's all sorts
More
of
of
Yeah.
a triangle.
then we got to clean up, get the towels down.
Yeah.
And then we do the boys with all the added enthusiasm from hitting a successful one and done intro, right? Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes we do the intro a few times. And many moons ago, the avid fan who used to watch the episodes and listen to the episodes would see that I had a laptop here. And I used to edit on the fly. If I did a bad take, which was very far and few between, I'd just quickly edit and delete so that when I edited later, I didn't have to worry about that. You would have noticed that the computer's moved. And it hasn't moved to this side. And I know we did a bit of blaming of you earlier
Hello?
because last week's episode on YouTube, you hardly
The camera was on the piss.
you couldn't see much. But this episode 169. Well, the computer now sits over there.
Yep.
Joey.
And sometimes there is a few takes that
Joey's
Joe
side.
decides, creative decisions and all. We're gonna leave them in,
Well, sometimes you do pick.
and we're gonna
Up
hope
delayed as well.
we're gonna hope that Jake, just listens back
To the entire
and
59 minutes.
and hits play when it should. And for episode 169, I neglected to do that, and I would love to play it back, but a few hundred people have already listened to that episode, and so they'd be hearing it already.
Yep.
But essentially, what happened was we did a bit of a chat,
Yep. Nice.
did a bit of a hey, gun, bloody how
was it?
do we
Boys,
start?
boys,
No. Before that, it's the actual intro,
okay, yeah.
which is
The music was playing.
sometimes less risky than the others, because sometimes we like to, me in particular, say a bit of stuff that's probably not appropriate, specifically because it's a joke, right? It's like, oh, how funny would this be if this went to air? Okay,
Yeah.
because the mics are on. Joe hits play, Riley hits that, and then I do basically the least PC stuff you've ever heard, and then we cut
Yeah.
because
It's real bad.
if we shared, we could make a full episode about even last week. Do you remember last week's?
I
I
don't.
watched Downsizing. It was a song. And in my head, I was freaking out about what could have gone to air. Quickly checked the stats. A few hundred people had listened to that, and I was shitting at my dacks. Went back and listened. It's basically me going, like, welcoming you.
Yeah.
You said something, came back to me, and I went, sorry, fuck that. Let's go again. And then we went again. So the damage wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah.
But as a listener, to start your Friday with like
the wrong way.
with a false start, it's not great.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Yeah, here we go. Let's rip into the pod. And then like 8 seconds later, you're like, hang on, bring it back. We're going to do it again. Hang on.
Oh, was it really early, or was it like toward the end where you just missed it?
No, that would have been quite sad, because imagine someone listening to like 4 of
The
them
whole
in
intro.
a row. Me swearing, throwing the table. No, it was literally just me going, throw to Joe. He said something. I don't know what he said. And then I went, that was shit. I think I said, that was shit. Let's do it again. But anyway, what I want to
Still
say,
alive?
firstly, I want to apologize to everyone.
Is it still up?
I edited it immediately and took it down.
Yeah.
But what I
Immediately
do,
meaning
but what I do want,
5 weeks later.
yeah. But what I do want to say is like massive apology. But secondly, we talk so lovingly about our community, and so many of you had listened to it, and not one of you. We get DMs about all sorts of weird shit. Not one of you went, oh, by the way, you guys, you might just want to listen back to the intro. There's an error.
Yeah, come on, guys, lift it.
So it's sort of on you guys.
It's a bit of a group
Yeah,
effort.
that was-
This
Yeah,
whole
we're a
thing
big
that we're doing.
team. We're all part of the pack. You can't burn the leaders of the pack.
That was a test.
Yeah, you all failed. But what I want to hear, because I didn't then take like a grand inquiry and go back and listen to any of the other
Audit.
ones. So what I want to say now, and none of us really listen back to the apps, do we really?
No,
We're
I'm barely
just-
listening now.
it's just terrifying.
Huh?
But what I do want to say is that if you are listening and there is something that pops up, please let us know like ASAP, because some of the
Yeah.
times I say some stuff that could very well mean it is the last episode we will ever record. So if you can get in nice and early, it would be fantastically wonderful,
Yeah.
not only for the podcast, but probably for my career. So
In everything.
Yeah.
it's an apology on my behalf, but it is a do better on your behalf as well. Fair enough?
Yeah, lift your game, guys.
All right. Well, we're done with that. We'll take a quick little break. We'll recollaborate, and then we'll get back into the episode. And this is
Nice.
all going to stay in, all right? We love it.